Oktoberfest is the world's largest beer festival, held annually in Munich, Germany, and since its foundation in 1810, it's only been canceled 25 times. Due to World War I, Oktoberfest was temporarily suspended from 1914 to 1918, and the 2 years after the war, in 1919 and 1920, it was replaced by the so-called Smaller Autumn Celebration, and in 1923 and 1924 it was canceled due to hyperinflation. Then, during the National Socialism period, Oktoberfest was used as part of Nazi propaganda, and 2 years after its cancellation due to hyperinflation, its 125th anniversary was celebrated with all the frills. The main event was a big parade. In 1938, after Hitler had annexed Austria via the Munich Agreement, Oktoberfest was renamed to the Greater German Folk Festival, and as a showing of strength, the Nazi regime transported people from Sudetenland to the fest by the score. However, during World War II, from 1939 to 1945, no Oktoberfest was celebrated, and following the war, from 46 to 48, Munich celebrated only the Autumn Fest, where the sale of proper Oktoberfest beer, that's 2% stronger in gravity than normal beer, was not permitted, and guests could only drink normal beer. However, since this tumultuous period, as I mentioned in the beginning, there has been no cancellation since 1945. That is to say, until the year of 2020, where Oktoberfest was regretfully canceled due to the global pandemic we're all still part of, COVID-19. So we thought on the show today, we'd introduce a little bit of the fest to Seattle, Washington, where we have a very special returning guest on the show to drink Ayinger's Private Brewery Oktoberfest Märzen. Little quick on the draw, Nick.
I was going to edit that in post. It would have been like nothing ever happened.
You aren't going to edit it.
Is it Prost?
Oh, nice. Going to edit that in Prost.
Yes.
Prost. Well done.
Prost.
Cheers.
Now, this voice, no one knows who it is.
Not
because we
a
haven't
single
introduced her
soul.
yet.
Are there any guesses? Well, we'll give you a moment as we drink.
And, we're going to introduce you in a minute. Nick, how's the first sip going
it's
down?
good. It's good.
Ooh.
Do you taste that extra 2% of alcohol at 5.8%, this Oktoberfest Märzen?
So that's an extra 2%. It was 3.8? That's a normal?
No, Oktoberfest beers, I think the normal traditional German lager is around 3.8, and these are heavier for the fest.
I see.
The voice that you do hear, the voice that you hear with the wonderful Prost post joke, returning to the show, Devin Glock. Devin, thanks for being on the show.
Of course. Thanks for having
Hey, Devin.
me. Yes. The special beer for I don't know. It's
somber time?
The mournful
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
To mark the passing of not going anywhere forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
So
what we're doing here.
We were, the three of us and a few others were scheduled to, and this is really for science purposes only, we're going to go to Oktoberfest this year, fully tax deductible.
Yes.
Yes.
Business expense.
A sponsored trip. Yes.
Part
absolutely.
of Cold Cans Media LLC.
Yep.
So we were going to be in Munich right around now. We're actually just a couple of weeks after we were going to be there. But basically this time of year, we were going to be in Munich enjoying these types of beers. And instead, we sat in Seattle.
Yes.
Now, Nick, you and I passed through Leavenworth, Washington. For those
We did.
For those not in the know, they run their own Oktoberfest. They're a bit of a Bavarian
It's
village.
like a little Bavaria.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there one of those in Wisconsin? Isn't there like a little Bavaria?
I think you're right,
or something
actually.
like
yeah.
that?
I don't know what it's
I
called,
don't
like the
either.
exact area it's
yeah,
in.
yeah. Well, like Mount Horeb has. Well, they just have trolls. I don't know if they're Bavarian or not, but
Bavarian trolls.
Bavarian trolls.
They can put down a lot of beer.
Yeah, but yeah, Leavenworth, little Bavaria.
The COVID Oktoberfest that was being held when we were there did seem to be pretty reasonable. Most people were outdoors.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They were still doing their Leavenworth Oktoberfest, but yeah, it was outdoors.
They
you go
did
in to
call
get
it
a beer.
COVID Oktoberfest. I think that was a regrettable decision.
Yeah, that was a shame.
All the banners.
There's nothing there.
Nope. But
It's
it's
okay.
okay.
It's okay.
Well,
We didn't
yeah,
see
I
many.
can't do it.
We didn't see many Lederhosen
No, not many dirndls.
Really?
No dirndls.
No.
Even in Leavenworth, I feel like if
There were-
anywhere, like that would be where
There were
those
buxom
people would-
women. There were buxom women walking around. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't wearing lederhosen or dirndls.
No.
or
Dirndls,
anything.
yeah.
No men in it either. There's just
I
nobody.
think I saw
was in
maybe
the-
one lederhosen in the entire place.
Interesting.
And
That's-
then I
again,
had
that's
like a
surprising.
fish fry. That's German, right?
I think
It's fish fry.
so. Fish fry.
I lived it up.
Yeah.
Like we were in Oktoberfest. Yeah, we just stopped through there for lunch, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty much all
Yeah,
we did.
wandered around a little bit.
Yeah.
Caught COVID, and then went to our little Airbnb. I don't remember what I had now off the top of my. Oh, I had a barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
Right.
Also traditional fare.
Blackberry barbecue pork or something like that you had.
So I looked up what a good food pairing would be, and I don't want to go right into the very
yeah, you're
special, terrible, terrible.
Jumping the gun a little bit.
But Oktoberfest fare is generally schnitzel and a lot of sausages, a lot of kind of heavy,
Sausages. But then don't they do
sauerkraut.
like half chickens, like a roast chicken.
Yeah, roast chicken.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I always imagine an enormous turkey leg too, gnawing on that.
Yeah.
You're thinking of a Ren
medieval,
fair.
We were
medieval
literally
times.
just talking about a Ren fair before we came
Oh, yeah?
here. Yeah. Why?
There
Why
were
were we
people
talking
across.
About,
There were people across the street. We were sitting there eating some cheese curds earlier today.
we had a snack of deep fried cheese curds before we came here.
Something like
As
you know.
most people, that's what they snack
Lay-
on.
yeah,
I think
lay a
your
base.
listener base, that's absolutely normal, so I don't feel as bad.
You betcha.
And we were
Proud of it.
mowing on the cheese curds, and two people were fighting with sticks, like training with sticks.
Oh, okay.
But they weren't
Like-
fencing.
One stick in each hand, so 4 sticks were.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dual.
Yeah.
So it
What's
wasn't
the length,
fencing.
No, it
length
wasn't
of these
fencing.
sticks?
Full swords. Like
Yeah,
a sword
And they were
length.
holding them as a sword, or they're holding it in the middle?
Um,
Just like
holding them as a sword. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
they had two of them, and
Yeah.
they were.
I think they might have been a little bit shorter than real sword length.
You think? But
Yeah.
they weren't small.
And were they
but-
the same length?
Yeah. They were
Yeah.
like each maybe 2 or
think
3
so.
feet long.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. They were all the way at the other end of the field, so we really couldn't see them.
We talked
all
about
that
Ren
well.
fairs,
But yeah,
though,
then
and-
it was like, why are they doing that? And who would be doing it? And Joey's hypothesis was they are training to murder someone in sword warfare,
Could be. That'd be fun.
or
Cut somebody's
they're
fucking head off.
on their way to a Ren fair at some point in time.
Right.
So,
or both.
Yeah.
Or both, you
at
know.
a Ren
yeah,
fair.
they're at a Ren fair. I wasn't really sure, but
Well,
Death
I,
at a
I,
Ren fair.
we watched them for a while.
I think turkey legs are more Ren fair.
They
fare.
are fine.
But
Fine.
I looked up pairings.
All Oktoberfest is a German Ren fair. Okay, there. I
Oh.
said it. I said it.
Hot
Not
take.
wrong. You're not.
There's gotta
Sorry,
be a bumper.
libs. Sorry, libs. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what the libs
Come
say.
on.
Back.
But I looked up what Ayinger suggests to pair this beer with, and it was they probably did this on purpose. It was just Oktoberfest fare, so it was like
Oh, okay.
sausages and schnitzel and half chickens and
It was Ayinger's signature sausage available at
Right.
QFC.
Yes, absolutely.
but this is really good. I'm
This is-
enjoying the
yeah.
first few sips.
It's definitely. I guess I don't know how often I have drank Oktoberfest beers.
Drunken.
I feel like I expected it to be more of like a lager. It's definitely amber. This one's very ambery. Is that normal? I haven't.
Yeah,
I'm not fond of Oktoberfest beers most of the time.
amber colored, rich, and full bodied. Yeah, they're
Yeah, that makes
generally
sense.
more
Definitely
malty.
amber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
ahead.
do it.
No,
fucking do it.
I found it.
Oh.
Astute listeners would know we have had a bumper over the years for this brand of beer,
Ayinger.
and that's how you pronounce it.
Ayinger.
Yeah, it's
Just how you'd
Ayinger.
think.
But yeah, this is our third basically in a row amber style lager. It is our third in a row. Now, if Nick would edit and release the last one, we would know. But
It's coming out on Friday, baby. Got to stick to that release schedule.
got it. So this will come out the next Friday. So all of this is irrelevant. Anyway, the another amber lager. It's very similar in how it's malty. You'd probably want this in the fall, which is when we're drinking it, or when you'd be at Oktoberfest. I got to say, I really like it. I like that it's 5.8%. Ayinger is supposed to be a very high-end, much renowned alcohol brand.
Sure.
And yet, I think I preferred Fat Tire to this.
Oh, Fat Tire was the one you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think, and I mean, Fat Tire was certainly more sessionable than this one, I think. I don't think I would drink more than one of these, except by tonight, because there's one we're going to all battle over in this
Naturally.
4-pack.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't think I'd have more than one of these. Which is strange, right? Because if you're at Oktoberfest, you're supposed to be drinking steins full of beer for hours on end.
I think you're drinking these, too.
Yeah.
You're getting pissed up at
Yeah. Okay.
Oktoberfest is kind of the...
Do you guys remember when we were looking into tables at Oktoberfest, was it per... Like, you could reserve a table per volume of alcohol consumed, or was it just per person at the table? Someone was asking me this, and I was like, in my head, it was per volume of alcohol consumed.
What do you mean?
Like, to reserve a table at Oktoberfest, you have to basically have a drink minimum.
Yeah.
So you want, like, 12 people at your table so that 12 people are drinking this
They
insane amount of beer.
The reservations weren't all like that. Some of them
Okay.
just said, literally, you pay X amount, and the minimum amount of seats you're paying for is 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go yourself and then but pay an incredible amount of money. And then other times there was minimums, and then you pay above the minimum. So you pay for like 25 beers or something, and then whatever you drink beyond that, you end up paying for.
Got it.
But unfortunately, we haven't been able to go
anywhere
yet. But next year, if we're still doing this, I tell you, we're going to go.
Full Cans live from Oktoberfest.
It's our time.
Yeah.
Our
Sponsored
time,
by
guys.
the U.S. government.
And so I thought one way to get people to feel immersed, I have a segment.
Oh, boy.
To get people to feel like they're there at Oktoberfest.
Been transported to Munich.
Oi.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Oi. What do you think?
Very good.
Is that what they say?
Oi.
Oi, oi. You're half Australian. You're like an Australian Bavarian.
You're right, pisser, aren't you? That's what you'd hear at Oktoberfest. I'm going to read a segment of the Wikipedia article to get you in the mood, and this one is called Trash in Toilets. This is an update on Oktoberfest history with trash in toilets.
Trash in toilets.
What did you search when you just...
This is just there, baby. Just
Wikipedia.
I was just on the Oktoberfest
Okay,
Wikipedia.
got
There's
it,
a huge
got it.
segment on this.
And are you saying trash in toilets or trash
And toilets.
Oh, trash and toilets. Okay.
Now, we're
I
famous...
thought you meant like a honey bucket just brimming with
I
trash.
had that in my mind as well.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like an
like people
actual
tossing
flushable
trash.
toilet just with trash
Sure, yeah.
in it. I
People
don't know.
use it as a
and
garbage
pee-pee and
bin.
poo-poo. Now,
Naturally.
we're known around these parts not just as the hosts of Cold Cans podcast.
The beloved podcast.
Of the Love Podcast. We're also known under another moniker, and we're the Honey Bucket Crew.
Mm-hmm.
As we
we're
went to
here
a
to
music
say-
festival. Yeah, we're the Honey Bucket Crew, and we're here to say we're going to wrap this beat in a very fine way.
Oh my.
We were
Oh
at a
my.
music festival, and we got tented right next to a group of, 12, 15 Honey Buckets.
Had to be
Yeah.
30. I don't know.
Big
An
Honey
insane
Bucket
amount
output.
of porta potties.
And for those who don't know, Honey Bucket is a porta potty. And so we had the pleasure of manning those Honey Buckets. You stand up and salute every morning.
Every
goddamn.
morning, 6 a.m., cleanup crew.
So I thought I would read about trash and toilets at Oktoberfest. Just a couple of paragraphs here, but it really puts people in
Please.
the mood.
Naturally.
Nearly 1,000 tons of trash result annually from Oktoberfest. The mountains of trash are hauled away and the ways cleanly washed down each morning. That's poorly written. The cleaning's
Poorly
paid for
read as well.
The cleaning is paid for in part by the city of Munich and in part by sponsors. In 2004, the queues outside the toilets became so long that the police had to regulate access. To keep traffic moving through the toilets, men headed for the toilets were directed first to the urinals, which were behind giant enclosed grates, if they only needed to urinate. So they would stand in front of this grate and just sort of piss into the ether.
Oh, yeah.
Consequently,
Makes
the number
sense.
of toilets were increased by 20% in 2005 because of the 2004 massacre. And
Poop
approximately 1,800 toilets are available today. But however, this is where it gets interesting. Many guests visit the quiet stalls to use their mobile phones, and they just sit in there using their mobile phones. So for this reason, there were plans in 2005 when they were addressing the 2004 massacre. There were plans to install a Faraday cage around
Yes.
the toilets or to use mobile phone jammers to prevent telephoning with those devices. Jamming devices are, however, illegal in Germany, and Faraday cages made of copper would have been slightly too expensive, so these ambitious plans were dropped and signs were placed up instead. So they went with signs. The signs warned toilet users not to use cell phones in the stalls. However, more recently, they have solved this problem by amplifying the live music in toilets, which led them to no longer representing a quiet retreat for telephoning. So it's not just a nightmare because you're in a porta potty, it's a nightmare because they're pounding music into your skull while you're in there to get you out as fast as possible.
That makes so much sense, though.
Isn't that
I
something?
love that they went through all the possibilities that they could do to solve that problem.
It seems like they had a really good idea session on that, and they all wrote down all of their things on the whiteboard.
What about a Faraday cage?
What about a $3 billion Faraday cage that is like a dome over every bathroom?
It's effectively a dome.
It's not a bowl. It's a dome.
Isn't that
that is wonderful?
The Germans, I'll tell you.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Innovation.
And we have all experienced that, whether it's at a bar or an outdoor fest, like people just sitting in the bathroom, like very clearly they're in there for 20 minutes or something.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely. Like, ugh.
Or they're taking a big old shit.
Or
I know. I feel
like
I feel bad for, females in general, because we have to go and wait in line anyway. But then I've been in line with men who, like, there are guys walking past them and they're like, go to the urinal. And then they have to continually keep saying, like, no, I am in the right line.
Oh, that is pretty good. Especially if you're kind of like with maybe a lady friend or something like that. Where
I
you're
don't
just
know.
like, I'll head in there with you. No, I'm good. I'm here with her.
Yeah. And like they'll be like, oh, come on, like, let's go, like, there's a shorter line. And then again, and usually it happens because the lines are long and I'm standing in line also waiting, and I just laugh every time. But it also is a bummer if you're like behind that guy, because you know he's probably gonna be in there for a while.
He's pooping.
Right.
He's gotten
gonna want to tag team that. Yeah.
Those urinal situations can really be a nightmare themselves, because there are no cops here enforcing urinal etiquette. So you go up to this trough, and usually it's an enclosed, unventilated room with just a trough. It's its own kind of Faraday cage, truly, with golden streams troughed around the rings. And it's just however many people can get in there. So you kind of pack your way in, and you just find it a couple inches. And that's all I need.
Let your little peen hang out.
Yeah. And then, you let your little peener go, and that's the end.
Hey.
And that's something.
That's something.
Yeah. I think of the things at the Gorge, I guess is probably what you're thinking of, too. The music festival, where once you're in the venue, not out in the camping zone hitting those honey buckets, but once you're in there, it's the same deal. Yeah, one long line, urinals this way, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is funny. I've never thought of that. The guy having to be like,
no,
blinders on, I know where I'm going.
I am in the right line. You don't want me in the urinal doing
this is an emergency.
Well, how's the beer going now? We're about halfway in, or I'm about halfway in anyway.
I'm about halfway in too. It's pretty good.
I love it.
Yeah, it's tasty.
It's heavy though. And
it is heavy.
As we were talking about, you could have one, whereas it felt like Fat Tire we reviewed last week, you could have a couple of them. They were sessionable and had this flavor. I'll read the copy here on the side.
Please.
The amber-colored, rich, full-bodied lager found in these bottles is brewed each spring and stored, or lagered, until fall. This delicious all-malt masterpiece is made in the foothills of the Bavarian Alps from 4 ingredients: the finest local German barley malt, Hallertauer hops, water from an Ice Age aquifer via the brewery's own well, and lager yeast. So that's kind of fun.
So that's the Reinheitsgebot or whatever, right?
That method.
Standards.
Yep.
Very fun. Very fun.
So it's good. And it is meant to be paired.
All right.
Let's pair it.
You have been chomping at the bit for
I
this
see a little Tupperware being popped.
Little tuppy.
So what I have here.
No.
Well,
it
unfortunately,
is
the segue from the last segment to this one. What I have here is what I made yesterday, something I'm very proud of. This is a Mississippi pot roast. This is slow cooked for 8 hours. There's some pepperoncinis in here.
The urinal's this way, sir. No, sorry, I got a Mississippi pot roast brewing right here, ma'am.
And anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit like a chaw dog and stack that bottom lip.
Yeah, rub it on your gums.
Yeah.
Oh, you are doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a little bit. I tried it cold before I left. This was made yesterday.
It was made yesterday.
All right.
It's been in the fridge. It is a fantastic pot roast. I'm very proud of it myself.
Smells good.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Very simple recipe. We won't chew on my...
Yeah, sorry.
Parable is what I say.
Very parable.
Very parable.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nice.
Hell of a job, Joe.
Thanks.
It's
Yes.
really good.
It's,
It is definitely better warm, I will say that much. But it's
Yeah.
not that bad cold.
I wasn't gonna
Or,
heat it up.
More like room temperature now.
Yeah, it's nice or warm. It's just a chuck roast for those out there that want the recipes. It's the recipe
Chuck
corner,
roast.
recipe room.
That's the new podcast. Yeah, that's the spinoff.
Yeah, Cold
Speed
Cans
room.
presents the recipe room.
Room temp recipes.
It's a chuck roast with ranch dressing mix, au jus gravy mix, and a ton of pepperoncinis. That's it. You
Wow.
roast that thing for 8 hours.
Hit
its
it
own
and
juices.
quit it.
Oh, and about a stick of butter.
Nice.
And,
Yeah,
just
I
roast
forgot
that
about
thing.
the butter.
It was tender. It was nice. It was good on toast.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Cheers.
Very, very good.
And it's the
done.
type of food Ayinger suggests to pair it with. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you. Cheers.
Perfect. Cheers. Prost.
Prost.
Prost. We'll take out nothing in prost.
So what else? Dev, you want to talk about your life transitions or no?
Oh, man. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a weird segue, though. Yes.
So we're back in studio here. We got Devin Glock here. She's going through some life changes. Changes. Now, Devin, listeners are dying to know, what are these changes?
So I quit my job last week.
No.
Well, depends on who you talk to.
That's your former employer saying,
yes,
"Oh, we want you
yes.
back."
There's a lot of folks who are very sad about that. But I quit my job to take a new opportunity.
Hell yeah.
New opportunity.
New opportunity. Hey, Prost. And yeah, I'll start that role next week. So this week I have deemed myself unemployed. Joey doesn't like it. He says
Nope.
I'm not actually unemployed
It's
for the
insensitive.
week.
COVID's unemployed a lot of people.
I know. It's fine.
We'll take it out in prost.
Joe, the arbiter of taste, has a big problem with what you've said about yourself here.
feel bad about it. But I have this week off, so next week
Yep.
I will start a new role, and I will be working from home with Joey
Nice.
for a while
Yeah.
until I can figure out what my new job actually requires me to do.
Yeah, it should be fun.
So
That
yeah,
is fun.
Yeah, really exciting, and but yeah, had some time this week to drink this beer with you guys, which was super fun.
We've been
We're
drinking
glad,
too
yeah.
much this week.
We have drank every single night. This
Turn it
week.
into a frat
And
house there.
As
you
of
guys
right
are
now,
all
it is
day.
midweek, I will say, and there's no end in sight.
Yeah, it's not
So-
crazy. We're just drinking some wine and stuff. This
Yeah.
is one of the, I guess we've had a couple beers, but not much. So, yeah, it's been fun. I think it's going to be good to not be working from home alone. So,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I think I'm just struggling because I'm not actually doing anything.
Sure.
Because I don't have a bunch of stuff to do around the house because I did it like last weekend. So and now I'm just hanging out for the next couple of days. But it'll be good. I'm excited. So next week should be fun. Should be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really exciting. Really exciting.
We're kind of all entering this like strange world where for the first time you're working next to people who are not in your field whatsoever. Like
Yeah.
if you're in an
Yeah.
office job,
Yeah.
you and I are going to be doing two totally different jobs, but sharing basically an office space, which is also our home. That's going to be unique to us. I know a lot of people are going through that right now.
Yeah.
You yourself, Nick, you and
Yeah.
your roommate
yeah.
two work two
I have
totally
a deep
different.
working knowledge of the Deloitte
Yes.
audit team because my roommate is a big wig over there.
Right.
So I hear a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
No, it's so true. Yeah.
It's
like
weird.
every home is a co-working space now, essentially.
Right,
Yeah.
but I guess it is. That's a good way to put it. It's like a WeWork where you're like
Yeah.
walking by people who are doing something you have no clue what they're talking about. But that's all our homes now, so it makes it like even more jarring. Like just showing up to the home, which is the office, is jarring enough.
Yeah.
And then also like dealing with a different job that you aren't
Yeah.
familiar or work in. I don't think there's any insights beyond that, other than that's just interesting.
No. I mean, I feel like it's easier. Well, I don't know. Is it easier or not easier to like bitch about people that you work with? Because you then have a partner and you can, I don't know if are you and Eric in the same room most of the time?
No.
Yeah. So I don't know, you and I might be, and I'd turn around and be like, well, this person, blah.
Yeah,
get
but
a
part
load
of
of
it is
this.
like you have a mutual understanding of like, you know how this process goes. It sucks, but you're not going to know what that is at all, and vice
Yeah.
versa. So it's just, it's going to be weird. It's going to be an adjustment in terms of, the home used to be my office, which was isolating, and is now some sort of weird hybrid office, but it's exciting.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But you know what? I was like, speaking of offices, you know what
Oh.
IKEA doesn't have? desks, which is the saddest thing. I went to IKEA yesterday by myself on a Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning because, again, I don't have anything else to do with my time.
You door busting IKEA?
Like kind of. I mean, it opened at 10 and I arrived at like 10:07, so I was a little bit late. I wasn't the first person in the door, but...
It was on Prime Day, so there were tumbleweeds going through IKEA.
I guess, yeah. However, I don't know if anyone's been to IKEA anywhere in the U.S. recently, but the one in Seattle has like a carnival-sized tent outside of it for the queue. Like a winding, like Walt Disney World queue. Luckily,
Walt Disney for the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. But I was appalled at...
This is just turning into a bumper podcast.
It's important. Very important. But luckily, I got to walk right in.
Nice.
I can't imagine having
That's
to wait in a
amazing.
line like that. Like,
I mean,
seriously,
I suppose
like,
it's rainy
snaked
season
around.
and
Yeah.
they want people to wait.
Oh my
so
gosh,
they're
it was
limiting
insane.
the number who can be in there at a time,
I think
I'm
so.
assuming? Okay.
Yeah, even though it's enormous. In
Right.
there,
Yeah,
of
that's got to be a
course.
frightening scene. They let as many people in as possible. And you
It's
feel
so
it at,
big.
You feel it at checkouts in non-COVID time.
Yeah.
You feel it in the parking lot. And then when you're in there, like,
It's really
you kind of
fine.
have
Yeah.
room. Like,
Yeah.
there's people
Right.
around. So
You and I were at IKEA.
it's one of the last
when,
things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Pre-COVID.
before like the mask
stuff,
stuff
yeah.
came
Mhm.
into
Yeah.
like general
Yeah.
opinion or general,
Sure.
not opinion, but general advice.
Yeah.
So everyone's just sort of walking around. There was like sort of like, oh, we shouldn't really be touching
COVID was in the
things.
news. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we were still in there because it was like, that's just at the nursing home right now
Right.
or whatever. It
Right.
wasn't
Right.
obviously what it became. There was a little kid who pulled his little dinget out and started pissing. Remember
Oh,
when we were
that's
there?
right. Well, that was in the
what-
parking lot.
Oh, in the park. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah, his dad. I think that's actually a common thing for parents to have their young kids just piss in the grass somewhere.
I mean, if it's an emergency, it's
Right,
better than
that's what I'm
pee in their
saying.
pants.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I mean, right there, bare ass in the wind.
I did. It was strange how the dad just like stood 10 feet from the kid. I would have like maybe tried to block the view of that ass a little bit, but he just had him stand there in the
non-important.
IKEA parking lot.
That's hilarious.
If that's a common thing, I've never seen it. I don't see little kids pissing like water fountains. Maybe you're confusing water fountains you've passed in the past.
Oh, I just thought they were standing really
Yeah,
still
no,
while
no.
they
Yeah.
pissed. I'm like, biggest bladder I've ever seen.
Yeah. Nick Pony's right up. But anyway,
Yeah, they never finished while I was there.
I that's what my lasting memory is. And we got this
I'd
ivy
forgotten
wall
about
that's behind us right now at the
The
studio.
iconic ivy wall. Well, it's not ivy. It's,
it's greenery.
greenery.
Greenery. There's
plant
some
wall.
ivy on there.
Plant wall. Fine.
Plant wall.
The
yeah.
iconic plant wall
Yeah.
at Cloud Studios.
Iconic.
Absolutely.
Come on down. We're charging admission now. $6,000. You can check out Cloud Studios if you're part of Cold Cans Nation.
Oh man.
Well, what do you guys think? We have one more parable or terrible here.
All right.
This is something a little bit less off-putting.
Okay.
Nick,
Why
you were
was
going to
that
say I don't.
off-putting?
Well, because we were talking about shit, and then I brought up my
Oh,
pot
gotcha.
roast. This is a pumpkin spice pretzel slim.
Ooh.
Now,
Another
this
thing
is
that I was going to say I had time to do was go to Trader Joe's in the middle of the day, which is why we have these.
This is a Trader Joe's special. For those not familiar, Trader Joe's has fantastic autumn pumpkin sweets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm skeptical this will pair, but nonetheless, here we are.
Ooh, yeah, it's got that unmistakable pumpkin spice smell to it.
Okay.
Salty and sweet.
Okay.
Wait.
Parable, in my opinion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm out of beer, but I would say
There's
that's
another-
almost too sweet to
real
pair
sweet.
with this beer.
It worked. The
Did
malts.
it?
The malts work better. An amber lager can work with sweetness.
want to pour this in some of yours?
Nope.
Maybe later.
I'm good.
Maybe
well,
later.
I guess it's COVID time. Just
I can
take
pour it into mine without.
Yeah,
watch,
there you go.
Watch
Oh,
this.
boy.
All right, Nick is going to pour one bottle of beer into another bottle of beer.
One
In an effort to
bottle of
split.
beer into the other. Wow, this is working
Like
much
a
better than I thought it
pro.
was.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah.
He's
It
just
is foaming up in there, so I'll stop it.
freebasing
I've done freebased it.
So
with
good.
one bottle of beer into a different, with no funnel technology involved. That was something else.
Oh, good.
bottle. Tech.
Sneak a bottle tech. So I thought it paired because the sweetness goes with the amber caramel flavor a little bit.
So
It
that's not
actually
too
kinda
much
works.
sweetness. going on? Okay.
Because the at least in this particular beer, the caramel flavor is kind of muted. It's more malty, beery, heavy beer flavor than Fat Tire, which was a little too sweet for this type of pear.
Oh, really? I didn't think Fat Tire was sweet. I think this is sweeter than Fat Tire. I don't know. I don't think it's parable for me.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
I've been outruled.
Their pretzel, I like the salty part of the pretzel, but I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's too sweet. Like, it's too much with
very
the
sweet.
beer.
Now, does ZP's proclamation and rule, does it count
Good
for
question.
parable or
or
terribles? Should we call him?
We could call him.
Yeah,
He
let's
might
get
be.
Zach
We'll
on the
get
phone.
Zach on the blower.
All right, we're going to call Zach. Now, this time he does not know that we're actually about to do this.
But he'll still be pissed I called.
So for those who don't know...
Why haven't I been on since the beginning of the episode, he'll say.
Oh, boy. Let's air this out.
How far are you in?
Air it out on the show.
Here we go.
Zach's decree. The guest has no say in the rankings, but do they have a say
In the parable
in
or terrible.
segments?
Have you guys ever disagreed on a PRT before?
Good question. I think we did once, maybe.
Ended in a stalemate.
Hello.
Zach Patriot, this is Cold Cans Podcast calling. We are live. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad.
Do you have a beer in hand right now?
What time is it?
I do not.
Oh, dang.
It's beer
That's
time in
okay.
Wisconsin.
Well, anyway, yeah, we got Devin on the show today, and we did a parable.
After the show. Nice.
Yes, for once. Joe.
Oh,
Joe's
Joey
messing up the
botched
bottle
it.
pour
Say
here.
it ain't Joe.
Joe. So we have a
Roast.
question about the
Okay.
ZP decree. This is section 1.25 of the Cold Cans Manual on guest opinion not factoring into the final ranking. However, our question for you is, does the guest opinion factor into segments such as parable or terrible?
You're kind of breaking up. I can't really hear you.
Oh, God damn it.
shit. Does the guest's opinion matter on parable or terrible or not?
Oh, parable, terrible, is fair game. I don't give a crap about that.
Wow.
Perfect.
Oh, the fans don't like that. The fans are booing.
Wow.
The fans are booing.
Wow.
But hey, it is what it is. He's spoken.
The arbiter.
We're muting Devin for the rest of the episode. And thank you for appearing on the show, Zach. I'll talk to you very soon.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
See you, brother.
Bye.
So the arbiter's spoken. So you guys have outruled me. And while the pot roast was parable, because of this outruling, the Trader Joe's pumpkin spice pretzel slims with crushed pumpkin spiced pumpkin seeds is a terrible.
It is terrible.
bad.
Boo.
Oh, yeah, we have bumpers now. I'm done with this being a bumper
always
show.
have-
No,
You
you
just
used
hate
to
it
raw
because
dog
you're
it.
not in control, baby.
I know. No, we used to raw dog it. We had talent. We could go and now we have to rely on this
Yeah,
bumper
talent.
bullshit.
We used to be somebody.
man.
This-
All right, yeah, that one was terrible. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
He said, okay.
Should we get to the rankings?
Let's get to the rankings.
Now, this portion of the show, Devin,
No.
you have
I'm
nothing. to
That's
say.
what I was muting for.
Now, do I have
No,
to
I'm
pour
kidding.
this
You don't
into
have to
my beer
mute.
bottle? I'm just going to drink
You
out of
can
the
give
beer
us your
bottle.
Well,
final.
now you can just drink out of
right.
that one. Yeah.
You give us your final assessment on Ayinger Oktoberfest.
I think for a malty beer, it's fine.
Wow.
That's all I'll give you. Not my favorite, not my least favorite, but it's good. It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
I can give the BA score quick before
Yeah, go for it.
Joe and I
Jump
get
in.
into it. So this has a 90 or outstanding on the Beer Advocate
wow.
scale. So yeah,
Damn.
pretty well beloved.
do we have any?
People
good
are calling it
reviews?
like a real tent beer. So I think people do like the fact that it's like served at Oktoberfest.
And Ayinger has a tent at Oktoberfest.
oh, they do. Okay.
It's like a smaller one, I think, or they're part of one of the giant tents. I can't remember, but they have
Okay.
a presence for sure. Interesting. Well, I'll get into my assessment then, which is for 2 straight weeks before this one, I was saying, man, amber lagers are really impressing me. I really like the amber caramelization. We're getting into malt season. This is definitely sort of the most, it feels like the big leagues a little bit. Taking some of the fun out of it. In minor league baseball, you can go and it's like disco night, or you watch like baby races or something, and you're having a lot of fun. It's not
Usually
just
there's
baseball.
unlimited beverages at these minor league
Right,
things, right?
and that's a lot of fun,
that's
too.
what
It's
I
a
know.
piss race or a crawl race?
It's a baby piss race, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who can empty their bladder the fastest?
It's a horrendous show, a disgusting display.
Who can fill those dipes up fastest, you know? It's like a Pampers commercial, but it's,
they stand there,
sponsored by Pampers, yeah.
the babies piss their diapers full, and the first one to register a drip on their little toesies loses. That baby's out until there's... Wait, no, that baby's in.
Yeah,
Because
right,
they filled
that's
it.
the winner.
They're the winner, you're right.
Pampers couldn't build a diaper good enough to contain them.
If it was sponsored by Pampers, though, I wonder if there was...
They wouldn't like that, yeah.
Yeah, so Pampers would be out on it. Maybe one of the off-brands, like Huggies or something, would have to do this one. Anyway, the point I was making is minor league baseball, you have a lot of fun, but maybe the quality of the baseball isn't as good. This is kind of like Major League Baseball, where the quality, I think, is really good, but I'm having less fun all around drinking it. I could only really drink 1.5 of these. And sure, I'm watching good baseball, but it's the 7th inning, and I'm thinking, what's next? I wish there was babies pissing their diapers so I could put a wager with my friends down. We have $1,000 on baby number 4. That's a big baby.
So
Oh
I'm
my
drinking
God.
fruit juice earlier. Put down 3 Capri Suns.
Oh, that's it. It's presented by Welch's.
There we
the
go.
segment.
There we
you go.
Which baby can get diabetic first and fill a diaper?
We should get into minor league baseball promotion.
We should, yeah, be the marketing directors for the the Seattle Rainiers or something? What's the minor
Seattle
league?
has a minor league team? I didn't even
It's
know
not
that.
Seattle, maybe it's Tacoma Rainiers or something. There's some team named the Rainiers. though,
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, though. We could go back home for this.
yeah. We could, yeah.
Have babies piss themselves for a competition.
What's the Wausau Woodchucks, right? Or is that a lower league than the league you're talking about?
That is a different league, I think.
Yeah.
But
That's
what's-
wooden bats, right? In the
You
like a
you
summer.
like actually
Well, I guess
expected
it's
me to
minor
know
league
the answer
baseball's
to
wooden
that.
bats too.
She's been at a handful of these games and has no clue what
I think
bats,
they're the-
what players. Devin would be like, yeah, I
Or
don't know.
metal,
There's like
metal
6
bats,
players.
I meant, because regular minor league baseball is wooden bats. But they're in the same league as the Madison Mallards, I think.
The Woodchucks are, yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Which is like a separate thing, I believe.
It's
What
like
is-
it's like
summer
barely
league.
baseball. There's like 30 players on a team and
And, like-
shit.
like
and
the
2 people
Woodchucks,
can
like,
bat at the same
it's-
time.
Yeah, there's like 18-year-olds, right? They're just like college players that play in the
I
summertime.
think, right. I think it's a mix of people who are trying to make it
Okay.
in baseball, but
Got
then
it.
there's also people who are just love to play and are willing to commit a lot of time to it
Yeah,
or something.
a lot
I
of
don't know.
fucking time.
'Cause I don't think they're.
Anyway.
Are they paid? Maybe they're paid
Yeah,
a
they're
small
paid.
amount. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they?
Of
They're
course, these
college
players are paid.
athletes?
They're not getting shit, but they're
Yeah.
making some money. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what Fat Tire is. That's what Drink Wisconsinably Lager is. And this is the big leagues, which is fun, I guess. But I'm not there for that. You know, I'm not there for the quality of beer with these types of beers. So while I like this, if I were at a festival, I would be pile driving it down anyway, and I wouldn't be able to do that many, to your point earlier. So
Yeah,
that's where my
that's
reservation is.
that's my whole thing on this. I don't think I'd be able to drink a bunch of this at Oktoberfest, because when I picture Oktoberfest, I imagine drinking Stein after Stein.
Right.
So
Liter
Wow.
after liter.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of this either.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the taste to me, it just isn't quite what I like, I guess, in a beer.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good beer, but like you just said, I think I don't particularly like it.
yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah.
reach for this.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to drink it at Oktoberfest, but we've talked about specificity with some of these beers. Like, you only want this on a cold winter night or whatever. This one is as specific as anything. It's like only at an Oktoberfest would I
Right.
drink this. Otherwise, I'm never going to pick it up again.
Right.
And maybe that, you know, we're very much an American podcast. We favor
We
the
are.
Americans,
It's
the
true.
domestics. We
That
love
is true.
We love Bud Light Lime, but we don't like Ayinger's Oktoberfest Marzen. But that's who we are, god damn it.
That's
I'm
right.
not ashamed of it.
We're not ashamed. We're going to fill our dipes with Bud Light Lime.
Yes.
So now we have to decide whether we're going to rank this or not, I guess.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
So if you guys go so far as to say this doesn't deserve to even be on the rankings, I think that's a little much, in my humble opinion.
Yes, but it'd be so much easier to not rank it.
True.
I feel like I've heard these things before.
I have, but I have
How much do you want to change that website?
No, one of our options for these alternatives is a rip and replace method. We had brought this up earlier.
That's true.
We don't move anything around. We just take one
That's
out
true.
that didn't mean much to us, and we replace it with something that would be around there. And
Does this mean much to us, though? I guess it just represents our forgotten Oktoberfest trip.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I
Just
have
postponed.
Sorry, postponed. Yes.
yeah.
I won't give it up yet.
So like to me, if you're looking at kind of the same type of beer, the same type of you'd have one, but you'd never pick it out. It doesn't taste bad, but you're not going to drink a couple of them. This is better than Newcastle Brown Ale. I know it's slightly different, but Newcastle Brown Ale is our number 37. And I
like
see no
that
reason
beer.
why that would have to stand. Wow. Okay. The other one I was scrolling to, and maybe this is my last chance to get this in the rankings, but I can be outweighed. Sam Adams Oktoberfest beer, number 43.
No, that's an Oktoberfest that I think Americans like myself. It's
Okay.
That's a good Oktoberfest.
I am an American.
What about I think Great Lakes Christmas Ale might have been the one that you guys did when I wasn't here, so that might be why I haven't had it.
Great Lakes Christmas Ale?
Yeah, you and I, no.
No, we did Tipsy Toboggan.
Yeah, we did Tipsy
Oh,
Toboggan.
yeah.
And
Great
that one
Lakes-
can be
Is that the one I did
taken
alone?
away.
Great
Tipsy
Lakes Christmas
Toboggan.
Ale is a cold cans Christmas. Happy Honda Days, Merry Toyota.
Oh, that's when we combined the episode. So that's the one I
Yes.
drank with ZP.
Holiday time is family time, and it's a cold cans
That's
extravaganza.
a fun episode. I don't want to banish that one.
Right. We almost can't, too. The format would be broken if we do that. So that one can't go either. I don't know if there's one that can go. The other one I was looking at is Overcast Espresso Stout. That's number 39. It means nothing to me. I don't
Let's
give a
trash
shit about
that
it.
one. And the Overcast Room is dead, so this is
Oh,
like fitting.
yeah. It's Satan's walk-in
Let's
cooler
do
in
it.
hell.
Yeah. Okay,
Wow.
so Oakshire Brewing American Stout, 5.8%, 3.85 are very good from Beer Advocate. Is dead.
Overcast Espresso Stout we did on September 21st of 2018. We cannot experience light without darkness or darkness without light. On the fall equinox, the first day of the Libra season, the boys are joined by new engineer Matt to drink an Overcast Espresso Stout
dang. Okay.
for a beautiful, tangible reminder of this fact.
Well,
Well,
that's
Matt,
too bad, but
you were on the wrong beer, and you're going to have to be back on the show.
he will.
All right. It's our new alternative. Devin,
Number
thanks for being on.
39.
Of course. Prost.
Good luck with the new gig.
Thanks.
See you in Munich.
Oh,